Are you tired of traditional vacations? Do you want a vacation? That is, a vacation where you don't have to think about anything. A vacation where everything is provided and guaranteed in advance. A hotel with a crystal clear beach, a deck chair on that beach with drinks and coffee, 3 good meals a day, and even a night out. Without spending an unreasonable amount of money. Don't forget to follow me for trips and tricks like this. You are on the channel Boll und Reisen, your favorite new travel blogger. In this video, I will explain how to go on a real vacation to the Greek island of Rhodes. For example, which part of the island to go to and why, which hotel to take here, what to expect, what to see, where to go shopping, how to get to the hotel, how to get to the attractions, and much more. I try to explain as best as I can, and if there are any questions, please ask. I hope you won't be bored for the next 40 minutes that my video is supposed to be. The destination was Rhodes, and I was going with the Greek national airline. Maybe from your city there are better options, but from mine this was the most reasonable option for my flight. I had flight with layover in Athens, a very long layover. I encountered the passport control I expected, and what I didn't expect was to find myself at the exit. And that meant that I had to go through the security control again. I was confused and thought I had made a mistake, but I asked and they told me there was no other way, but it had to be like this. If you do not come from the European Union, it is very likely that you will have the same procedure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rhodes. Please keep your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. If you have the flight experience in the matter by answering now the 3 simple questions it has received. Before leaving the airport, please open the wheels carefully as the objects might fall out. Moreover, please remember to check the stars with your seat pockets.
With another bus transfer, I was at the terminal waiting for my checked bags. I have used a company called Shuttle Direct from airport to hotel. I have traveled with this company many times so far and have always been satisfied with their service. I will leave a link in the description. A return ticket for 2 people is 60 euros, that's what I paid. I soon arrived at the hotel I booked, and I was already on the beach around 9 o'clock. Immediately upon arrival, I was surprised by the size of the hotel. I was expecting a small hotel on the beach, but I came across a large complex. The reception is off the main road, and there is even a parking lot for those who came with their own vehicle or rented. And the rooms are in that direction all the way down. You only see the reception when you arrive and when you leave, because everything happens in that lower part. To find my room, I had to read signs. The price for my dates range from 840 to 1,095. These prices are quite okay when you consider the price ratio, quality and conditions. In the high season, it is difficult to book a room in this hotel. Plan ahead. Also, I would like to mention that this is the first time that I have booked a hotel first and then a flight. This is the first time I've gone in that order. I usually go the other way. The information on the booking has not been updated, so some of these are not correct. For example, breakfast is from 7:30 to 10, lunch is as it says, and dinner is from 19 to 21. And checkout is at 11 in the morning. The dining hall is of the open type and the buffet system. The rooms are spacious and quite comfortable. Just closing the door does not lock the room, so it must be locked manually. The room has a fridge also. Hairdryer, of course, too. Bathroom with shower, which is quite big and quite okay. The bed was a double bed and made of one part, not two joined together. It was quite comfortable and good for sleeping. A smaller terrace. In this room there is sun in the morning and shade in the afternoon. Please note that when the terrace is closed and you go to the beach, a greenhouse effect is created when you return. So I always kept the terrace open. There are enough plugs for charging electronic devices, 4 plugs plus 1. Of course, 2 large wardrobes where things can be arranged. Mosquitoes, they have mosquitoes here and they are very active. Mosquito device is mandatory. You must have looked at that hotel across the street where every room has its own pool. It's called Coast Blue Star, and for information, 7 days for 2 people, it costs 1,600 euros. I also noticed that the guests of this hotel did not particularly use this personal pool. I may have seen them twice. Only hotel guests can come to the hotel beach, and the sunbeds are also provided for hotel guests and are free of charge, which is very important. There is also a hotel bar right on the beach where you can take a drink or coffee and take it to the beach or the sunbeds. In the morning before breakfast, people go to get the best possible beds to be as close to the sea as possible. The situation changes drastically after 17 and most beds become available. Most of the guests came from the beach directly to the meals, wearing slippers and flip-flops. As for the strong sun, I had the impression that the sun was strong in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening when the sun was setting. The beach is sandy and consists of sand, then stones, and then sand. Sand is hot all day long, and the smartest thing to do is to wear slippers to the water and then enter the water. According to my standards, the water is extremely clean. Water sports are a step to the right of the beach and offer absolutely everything. The most interesting thing was this boat with a glass bottom, and as far as I could see, a ride on it cost 25 euros, and they even have a break for swimming. He goes several times a day and you can't miss it, and he announces his arrival and departure with a siren that plays this song. I should also say I spoke with guests who went to the city beach in the city of Lindos. According to them, sunbeds are 16 euros, and they claim that our hotel beach is much better than that, cleaner and better. I saw on the reviews that some guests complain about the food being bad and not good. I don't know, but as far as the food is concerned, I would give it a pure 10. It is absolutely fine for a person who has a normal diet that is not specific. At the beginning was beer, wine, juices, water. There was always coffee, watermelon, some sweet cakes, oranges, boiled eggs, pasta beans, and even several types of bread. A toaster where I could make hot sandwiches, salad of various kinds always, onion, cucumber, and of course olive. There were potatoes, meat of all kinds, fish every day. And even pizza. Experience is completely because the view is like this. Here, in front of the restaurant, they were grilling some specialties such as gyros, pancakes, grilled vegetables. According to my specifications, it was more than excellent and I would recommend it to anyone. My only personal complaint is that there was a poor choice of cheese. Plus only one choice of coffee. It's not like in Italy where there are 7-8 types of coffee. There was an evening program at the hotel every other day. We had a clown which was great entertainment for the kids. I think that the man was a professional because he mostly brought more shy children to the stage. And then he brought slightly older children on stage, that is, adults. So we also had a fireman who was really impressive. There was a Greek evening where we could learn something about the history of the island and see some dances that are specific to this region. And later, some of us guests decided to join. Afterwards, we all had to join in, and I didn't record that part because I wasn't able to. There were, of course, more parties, for example, an evening of Italian music, which I missed. The hotel has 2 swimming pools, one small and for children, and one normal, one of which is 2 meters deep. The promenade is not impressive and stretches to the left and right of my hotel, only 400 meters in both directions. The hotel itself has its own shop in the complex that has everything you need and the prices are not inflated. The shop in the hotel is open until midnight, and if someone misses it, there is a shop right across the street from the hotel that is open until 1. There is only one bar with live music and that's it because all the events take place in the hotels. Here and there I saw some ads for apartments and thought, what if I took an apartment and ate in the apartment? There are no big supermarkets and the nearest Lidl is in the city of Rhodes. The refrigerators contain only basic dried meat products, and my guess is that people who rent apartments possibly make breakfast and eat in cafes. I only came across one shop with ready meals. And the only fast food I found is called Beers and Burgers, which is actually an aqua park and is located right above the hotel. You can go to Lindos by regular city bus from the stop in front of hotel. The driver speaks several languages, so there is no confusion. I said Lindos and paid €1.80. Lindos can seem on the map nearby. I do not recommend going on foot because of the hilly terrain. The drive lasts for a short 10 minutes, and when you arrive, go downhill towards the main square. And there is a viewpoint that is good for taking pictures. And the shopping area at the beginning. The crowd is big and the pace is slow. At the Church of St. Mary's are the signposts to the Acropolis. Entrance is €22 and then the ascent begins. Before the Acropolis there is a shop. It says the last place where you can buy water, and they are not lying. Nothing is secured by fences. And definitely, it is not wise to come in slippers. Safety is your responsibility. Since it is at a high altitude, there are many places to take pictures. After this, I headed towards the beach, but not the main city beach, but towards the beach of St. Paul. The beach is great, but not cheap. Because deck chairs next to the water cost €60, and those a little further away cost 50. The return is more strenuous. Climb to the main street. Tickets are bought at the kiosk. I just said I was going to station number 62 and paid the same prices for arrival. To the city of Rhodes, you leave from the same station as for Lindos, but you take an intercity bus. The price is €6 in one direction. The timetable is displayed at the hotel reception. The crowd grows larger after just a few stations. There are 62 stops to the city and the ride takes about 2 hours. And the last stop is at the central bus station in the city center. There is a park right after station, a small market, and the signs for the old town. Through this small passage, you are right on the shopping area, with narrow streets and lots of shops. What I recommend to see first is the Archaeology Museum. A walk along Knight Street is significant because tourists took pictures right there. And at the end of the street itself is the palace of the Great Master of the Knights of Rhodes. This is one of the rarest examples of Gothic architecture in Greece. After this, I went down the street parallel to the sea and came across Hippocrates Square. I concluded that this is also something popular and important. The most popular thing is the Colossus, and it's easy to find. Just go to the sea to the left. For Acropolis, some buses from city go to it. Of course, you can also walk, but the terrain is hilly again, because Acropolis means a city on a hill. I went the different way, so I don't know what the price is. Entrance was free, as the Acropolis is currently under reconstruction. It covers 3 square kilometers and contains the Temple of Athena and Zeus, the Temple of Apollo, the Odeon, and of course the Olympic Stadium. The stands are still visible, and logically ancient games were held here. Legend has it that these games were held mainly in honor of the god Helios, who is the original god of sun. Right next to it is a pleasant park or forest, which can be a place to rest. Since the Acropolis is a hill city, places for taking pictures and selfie spots are all around. Because of the strong wind, you should be especially careful. Due to circumstances, I found myself on this XCA beach at the moment of sunset. The beach is beautiful, and in my opinion, it's great if you're a surfer because of the strong and constant wind. As always, I recommend taking the penultimate bus, never the last, just in case something goes wrong. So I took the bus at 21:15, after there is another one. I expected less crowded this time, but I was wrong once again. And only after a few stops the bus was full again. There were even people standing. I arrived in Rhodes and the hotel a little before midnight. The city of Rhodes you should see because it has a lot of sights. Unfortunately, I saw only the part of it. I did not see Sama Sultan's house because unfortunately it was under reconstruction when I came across it. The day before, I received an email with precise information that the shuttle would stop in front of my hotel around 20 o'clock. The return flight was at midnight, so I count this day as a free day because I could spend the day spinning on the beach. I even went to lunch and a quick dinner. The drive to the airport took a little less than 2 hours because some passengers we picked from various hotels along the way. I wasn't bored because Top Gun was on the program. I arrived at airport 2.5 hours before the scheduled flight, which was more than enough. My flights were with layover again, and I flew to Athens first, which means that I did not go through passport security. After the security control, although it is a zone for local flights, it has a lot of free shops. This perfume was affordable, and I bought it as a gift for someone. In this zone there is a Burger King, where you can eat if you have to. And there is Starbucks for those who want to drink mediocre coffee. This time the flight was delayed around 2 hours. To my delight, the transfer was not a bus, but a simple, easy walk to the plane. And that's it, I left Rhodes. We landed in Athens around 3 o'clock. The procedure was the same as in arrival, signs for transfer flights, then exit, then security control again. And passport control, of course. In other video I talked more about the Athens airport. This time I was there at night when most of the shops were closed. A few shops are still open, and for example you can buy coffee and some snacks. During the night, even in the summer months, it can be cold at the Athens airport, and I, after checking everything, did not have any clothes or a blanket to cover myself and sleep until the flight to Belgrade, like for example these professionals.